All right, thanks guys. Thanks for joining us today. So yeah, my name's Darshan. I am the HP product evangelist, and today I'm going to be sharing an update on our new G2 commercial devices. Excuse me. And some of the features that they offer. Right, we're not going to be looking too much into the older G1 and some of the ongoing componentry challenges we're facing in the market. Today, I just want to focus on the new G2 commercial devices and some of the features that they offer. What I can say is this new range of commercial devices is absolutely awesome. From the silicon technology all the way through to the hardware features, this year I have been very, very impressed. I think last year was a little bit experimental with a bunch of new things, and I think this year's more of a refinement of the G1 commercial devices. And then I'll finish up on our One HP strategy and what that means for you guys. Sound good? Cool. Now, before we get into all the cool new stuff, here's a quick look at the current market. All right, now as we have all been made aware, the market is changing, and it's changing quickly, okay? Componentry supply is being pulled toward AI and hyperscaler demand. Costs are rising throughout the industry, and global lead times are becoming harder to predict, all right? However, at HP, we have tried our best to respond to this crisis proactively, all right? We're prioritizing our business customers. We are adapting configurations to continue shipping devices, and yeah, we're being transparent across our pricing and availability. So essentially, we're expanding our options. We are designing a more resilient portfolio, and yeah, we're guiding our partners like PB Tech toward stable, high-value configurations. Okay, for our customers, this means hopefully, fingers crossed, fewer surprises. Okay, clearer planning. And I guess the ability to have confidence that your roadmap is going to stay on track even in this volatile market. Okay, does that make sense? Yep, very good. Let's move on. All right, now here's the big picture from an HP standpoint. Okay, so we have already entered a new era of computing. And whether you're using these features or not, these new devices were designed and built for more than just generative AI, right? They were designed and built to act on your behalf. They were designed and built to learn your workflows and have the ability to switch between cloud and on-device resource, ultimately for more power, for more security, and for more efficiency as well. All right, our older traditional PCs, like the one I'm using, weren't actually designed for that sort of thing. And I guess to really take advantage or unlock the full potential of the new devices, we do need balanced performance across our CPUs, our GPUs, and NPUs, okay? Which means we need power and efficiency that isn't gonna destroy our battery life. We need, good, real security that's gonna be able to protect these devices. And something that's often looked over, we need good connectivity, which makes everyone's lives easier. Okay, so this is the foundation of the new generation of the AI PC. For 2026, we are refreshing all commercial notebooks, including the entry-level HP 200 series and some other exciting new products, which we can't actually speak about just yet, but keep that in mind and watch this space. Okay, and I guess our device strategy remains super focused on those three key points I mentioned in the previous slide, all right? Power, security, and efficiency. Now, we'll go through this quickly, and I'll touch on the HP 200 series, but this isn't something we sell too many of here locally, or it's not something that we price up too much here locally. But given the current market state and given that these are being refreshed this year, I will quickly touch on it. Okay, so very entry-level refresh chipsets across Intel and AMD. We've added in things like 16:10 displays. We've boosted memory up to 32 gig of RAM, and we've introduced larger battery options as well. Okay, so great for our cost-conscious customers who still want and need modern features. It's got Wi-Fi 7, for example. It's got dual USB-C ports and optional IR cameras as well. So great for education. Yes.
Supports USB docking as well.
USB docking, there we go. So yeah, great for the education space, frontline workers and basic business use as well. Moving up a tier, ProBook 4 series is more sort of that mainstream business use case. So again, refresh chipsets across Intel and AMD. We are introducing a new 13-inch flip form factor, which we didn't have last year. We've got OLED panels on our 14 and 16-inch form factors, up to 64 gig of RAM this year, AI-powered presence detection, and optional 5G this year as well. So this is our go-to for that SMB space, our mid-market customers who want something reliable with a bit more of a premium feel over the 200 series. Moving into that enterprise space now, so the EliteBook 6 Office chipsets across Intel, AMD, and Qualcomm, giving our customers that flexibility depending on your requirements and battery priorities as well. Okay, we've got OLED panels, we've got SureView 6, which is our very own privacy screen, which I'll touch on later. Larger battery options, and also the same AI-powered camera experiences. Okay, so this is the sweet spot for our larger organizations looking at standardizing a more sort of secure, manageable, enterprise-grade fleet. EliteBook 8 is where we start to see that real next-gen AI-powered performance, or that Copilot Plus powered performance. We've got the Panther Lake and the Gorgon Point chipsets here. We've got OLED panels up to 64 gig of RAM, and our new SmartSense 4.0 thermal tuning, which is essentially a piece of HP software that prioritizes your frontline applications, deprioritizes anything in the background, resulting in a quieter, cooler, and better performing device. We've also got a new garaged stylus pen on all our flip form factors with twice the battery life over last year. So this is built for our large enterprise that need that premium performance without any sort of compromise at all. And then at the top of the stack, the EliteBook X series. Now this is our ultra premium line, ultra thin and light designs, sub 1 kg even this year. We've got new color options, we've got 3K OLED panels, we've got a huge waterfall trackpad, and advanced AI features such as onlooker detection with automatic SureView, which we will touch on later. All right, Intel, AMD, and Qualcomm, and optional 5G as well. So for our customers who want the best possible experience that HP is going to offer, this is going to be it. Okay. Down the bottom, you will notice the split between the AI PC versus next-gen AI PC, and that's all about that NPU-powered performance, okay? Now, the takeaway here is simple, right? So every sort of customer, every sort of budget, every sort of workflow, there is an HP commercial notebook designed and built for it, okay? We will take a closer look at the EliteBook X series, so ultra premium line. Now, I'll be honest, last year, I was a little bit disappointed with the Ultra notebook. It was positioned to be the best of the best, but it lacked some key features, yeah, okay? This year, all of that's been rectified, okay? So we've dropped the Ultra notebook, and we now have 3 different options in the EliteBook X, Intel, AMD, and Qualcomm. Okay, now this device is truly a premium product. The first time I picked up one of these, the first thing I noticed was the size of it and the weight of it. Right, it's extremely thin, extremely lightweight, and it packs a lot of power. Now, even though it is extremely thin, it has all the ports you need, okay? It's got HDMI, it's got Thunderbolt connectivity, it's got an auxiliary port, USB-A, Type-C, Kensington lock, it's got everything you need, okay? When I opened it up for the first time, the first thing I noticed was the size of that trackpad. Look at that, it's huge. Haptic trackpad, it feels ultra premium, very easy to navigate as well. Okay, upgraded keyboard this year, larger keys. It's also more serviceable than previous generations. You can replace this entire keyboard in just 10 minutes, which is real proper operational efficiency. Okay, this particular device doesn't have it, but you can configure these with the 3K OLED screen as well. Okay, another standout here is I'll pass this around and you guys can have a look at it. Thank you. Another standout here is the battery life. It's rated at 29 hours of video playback unplugged, which is, yeah, absolutely crazy. More than a day long is what it's rated at. 3 color options this year, so that is the traditional Glacier Silver. We've also got an Eclipse Gray and an Atmospheric blue as well. So this is our ultra premium line. In here, quick summary of the EliteBook X offerings by form factor, silicon vendor, and color. So the blue and the silver will be available on Intel, AMD, and Qualcomm. However, the gray and the flip form factor will be limited to Intel only as we continue to ramp up our AMD and Qualcomm volumes there. So that's a quick summary on our commercial notebooks. Now, who knows what this is? Not you? Not I think I've spoken to you about it before, that's why, yes. A keyboard. A little bit more than a keyboard, okay? This is the new HP EliteBoard G1A. This is an entire PC built into a keyboard. Your chipset, your storage, your memory, it's got Type-C ports, it's got a fingerprint sensor, it only weighs 670 grams, it's got 50 TOPS of NPU capability. Yeah, it's crazy, I can see some mouths open there. No, this device, I saw one in person last week for the first time, extremely premium, okay? It's not gonna be for everyone, but in certain use cases, this is gonna be an excellent choice, okay? It creates a very, very clean workstation. All it requires is a single cable, Type-C cable to your monitor. That's all you need. Comes with a matching mouse as well, Wi-Fi 7. I looked through the quick specs document to see what didn't make sense, or there's got to be some sort of downfall, but it's got everything a commercial notebook or a small form factor solution would have, okay? An argument that came up was, why not go an all-in-one solution, right? And the answer to that is, with this EliteBoard G1A, not only is it extremely portable, but you have the ability to hook it up to whatever you want, right? 49-inch monitor at home, you hook it up to your TV, a smaller monitor in the office. When you're traveling, a portable monitor. So yeah, this device is really, really impressive. And again, not for everyone, but it really does showcase the innovation of what HP is doing out there in the market. I haven't seen any other vendor do this just yet, so it is nice to be the first, all right? PC and a keyboard. Quick high-level overview of our mobile workstation portfolio. So we've now got the ZBook 8, the X, the Ultra, and the Fury. And this year we will see upgrades for the ZBook 8, the X, and the Ultra, and the Fury remains as is. So if we have a look at this from left to right, starting with the ZBook 8, which is classified as our ideal sort of entry-level and portable solution for professionals that are going to prioritize mobility and need slightly more power than, say, an EliteBook 8 or X, for example. This year, we've also introduced a 16-inch form factor in our AMD chipset offering. So we've got the 14 and the 16 for Intel and AMD in the ZBook 8. Next up, ZBook X, which I think is quite a nicely balanced device for that more sort of mid to high range workload. It's going to provide a better GPU than the 8 and also slightly more power than the 8 as well. 16-inch for the ZBook X. Taking it a step up with the ZBook Ultra, which is a next generation AI mobile workstation, combining some pretty advanced technology in a very, very sleek form factor. We've got one here today as well, so feel free to have a look at that. And then lastly, the Fury, which hasn't been refreshed this year, but still remains the ultimate performance powerhouse for the most complex AI and computational demands. And it is roughly twice as powerful as the X if we're talking just raw performance. All right, I'm comparing it to the X because they're both Intel-based chipsets. Desktop workstations, so as of now, we've refreshed the Z1, Z2, Z4, and the Z8 Fury, and we can expect to see refresh versions of the Z6 and the Z8 later this year, as these do have a longer life cycle than the mobile workstation portfolio. And for the desktop workstations this year, it's been all about smarter architecture, more scalability, and AI readiness as well, right? And we've managed to build in upgraded chipsets, more memory, more storage, and more maximum power as well. So as I've mentioned, Z6, Z8, we can expect to see these replacements launch later this year based on our roadmaps. Let's have a closer look at some of the key features within those updated products. Okay, so the ZBook 8 G2i offers up to an Intel Core Ultra 9 Series 3 chipset. Yes, that's a mouthful to say. With the new Intel Arc GPU, up to 50 TOPS NPU capability, making it the first Copilot Plus Intel-based mobile workstation. This year, we've got the addition of the NVIDIA RTX Pro 500 discrete or dedicated graphics card. We've got a new and improved 65 watt and 100 watt power supply, which is significantly lighter and smaller than previous generations. You can see here in this slide, the 65 watt is about that size, right? So you can fit it into your pocket. Very, very easy to move around, very easy to travel with as well. Okay, we've got our new HP IQ local AI solution coming later this year. SureView 6, which is our very own privacy screen, and 21 hours of battery life, okay, which is really, really impressive for something as powerful as this. Wi-Fi 7, optional 5G, up to 64 gig of DDR5 RAM this year, and it is built with serviceability in mind, so extremely easy to replace things like your keyboard and batteries as well. Full Wolf security suite here, and it comes standard with an RJ45 port, which makes IT teams a lot happier. The AMD option offers up to an AMD Ryzen AI Pro 9 chipset with the integrated AMD Radeon Pro GPU. 16-inch option this year as well. The same new and improved power supplies. HP IQ SureView 6, our privacy screen. 17.7 hours of battery life here, which is still really, really impressive for something as powerful as this. All right, Wi-Fi 7, 5G, 64 gig of DDR5 RAM, so extremely serviceable, secure, and also comes with that RJ45 port as well. So if we look at some of the key improvements over last year's ZBook 8 series, we've got up to 6 times faster rendering speeds, up to 59 gig of VRAM allocation with the Intel Arc GPU, and up to 48 gig of VRAM with AMD's offering there. 26% better discrete or dedicated GPU performance, a higher TDP, the smaller and lighter power supplies, better battery life and efficiency, better panel options, HP IQ, and Copilot Plus. So a significant upgrade from last year's G1 series there. ZBook X. All right, so the ZBook X is actually also known as the world's most powerful 16-inch mainstream mobile workstation. Now, I'm not sure how it's got that title, but I'll take it, okay? This offers up to an Intel Core Ultra 9H Series 3 chipset, 50 TOPS of NPU capability. Here we get up to an NVIDIA RTX Pro 3000 Blackwell GPU, big improvement. Double the memory, 128 gig of DDR5 RAM here. HP IQ SureView 6, better battery life than last year in any of the other mobile workstations. Wi-Fi 7, 5G, so again, extremely serviceable, secure, and also comes with that RJ45 port as well. Key improvements over last year's ZBook X, we've got up to 46% faster rendering speeds and better discrete or dedicated GPU performance. Love to see that. Double the memory, faster storage, higher TDP. Now, even though it is more powerful than last year's model, it is thinner and lighter, right? Which is very, very cool to see. Great battery life, better panel options, HP IQ Copilot Plus. So significant upgrades from last year's ZBook X series, but the key improvements that stand out to me would be the GPU performance, the better GPU performance, and the fact that it is thinner and lighter, even though it provides more power as well. Okay. Cool. So for anyone who doesn't know what this is the most powerful solution that we offer at HP. Okay. This is the HP Z6 Fury G6i. Okay. Here we've got up to 86 CPU cores with the Intel Xeon 600 CPU We get up to 4 NVIDIA RTX Pro 6000 Blackwell GPUs, 2 terabyte of DDR5 RAM, the ability to upgrade internal components, and even though it is significantly more powerful than previous generations, it does run a lot cooler, a lot quieter, and a lot more efficient as well, okay? Up to 104 terabyte of storage, huge. We've got Wolf security, we've got Wi-Fi 7 and Thunderbolt connectivity as well. Okay, so if we look at some of the key improvements over last year's Z8 Fury, we've got more available cores, we've got more PCIe slots, which are now Gen 5, the enhanced cooling and efficiency, more GPU capabilities, as well as a simplified rack kit to rack mount this workstation if that's required as well. Okay, so extremely powerful machine. Quick reminder of our Poly portfolio. So we do have a wide range of media room solutions. We've got USB bars, we've got all-in-one bars, we've got custom modular solutions, and we've got PC-based systems as well. We've also launched a brand new range of headsets called the Mission Series, built with some pretty advanced technology to give you the best possible experience, right? We've got AI noise cancellation across the lot. We've got wideband audio. We've got a rotatable mic boom. It's quality, but a very lightweight design. USB-A or Type-C connectivity, and a whole bunch of other cool new features. We've got them all here today, 400, 600, and 800 series, so please feel free to have a look at those. All right, let's move on to security. Okay, so with AI being part of our everyday lives, I think we can all agree that security needs to be front and center at all times, okay? Which makes it nice and easy as we have the world's most secure PCs in the industry with HP Wolf Security, which really sets the gold standard for security, giving you protection above the OS, in the OS, and also below the OS, right? So with this, you get built-in security protecting all your PCs from the physical hardware all the way through to the BIOS and all the way through to the applications you're using as well. And I guess as PCs become more advanced and potentially have longer life cycles, the threats of quantum computing hacking need to be considered. Okay, so just for a bit of context, the idea of quantum computing is even more powerful than supercomputing. Okay, and not only is it more powerful, not only is it faster, it's like a whole new way of thinking and a whole new way of processing information. Unlike traditional computing methods where data is processed in zeros and ones individually, quantum computing uses something called qubits, which has the ability to process data in zeros and ones simultaneously, unlocking immense computing power. Now, it is still very early days for this concept, and this could change the way things are processed in a positive manner, but in the wrong hands, it could break today's security encryption in a matter of seconds, right? And because encryption is really the backbone of modern cybersecurity, the threats of quantum computing for hacking could lead to things like serious scenarios of data breaching and so on. However, with HP's latest generation of endpoint security controller chips, we provide quantum-resistant protection to prevent any sort of unauthorized changes to the system's BIOS or critical firmware, making it resistant to attacks that quantum computing could potentially exploit. Okay, these are just some of the basics of what can be achieved with Wolf Security, but I just wanted to highlight, how powerful it actually is. Some other cool Wolf Security features. So if somebody happens to lose a device with an HP Protect and Trace license, we can remotely locate and secure the device, even if it's offline and even if it's switched off, right? This means that your personal and organizational data is going to be kept secure. This works by tracking the device down by either Wi-Fi connection, IP address, we've got cellular connectivity, or something called narrowband technology. And from there, we can lock the device down or completely erase it, depending on what's appropriate for that situation. Okay? And the steps required to perform this are extremely simple, right? somebody happens to lose a device, they will then inform their help desk or their IT team. From there, the IT admin will have access to the online portal where they can lock the device down and determine the location of it. Okay? If the device is then recovered, a simple unlock code would be used to get back into it. If the device is unrecoverable, we can simply remotely erase all data on that specific device or that specific PC, and yeah, it really is as simple as that. Now, I touched on this earlier when it comes to visual hacking. We've got HP Sure View. Now, the easiest way to explain what this is remember back in the day we used to have those physical plastic privacy screens, to blur our screen to prevent anyone beside us or behind us looking at our screen. Now, with a click of a button, we can automatically blur our screen to a 35-degree angle only, meaning anyone beside us or behind us cannot see what's on our screen. Okay, it's built into the screen. We've also got a new feature which we launched last year. It's called onlooker detection, where your PC can essentially detect if anyone beside you or behind you is looking at your screen, and we can set it up to automatically blur, or we can set it up to pop up with the notification saying, hey, just be cautious, somebody behind you is looking at your screen, sort of thing. Okay, and that's HP Sure View. No surprise here when it comes to sustainability. HP are doing some pretty amazing things to help protect the environment in that device we passed around. And before anyone asks, no, I cannot give this away today. In this particular device, we have incorporated things like recycled copper, plastic, cobalt, carbon black, magnesium, and aluminium as well. Okay, so another area where HP really stands out. That particular device isn't just powerful and nicely designed, it's built with sustainability in mind. Okay, we can see here pretty much every single hardware chassis component has some sort of recycled material built into it. Some of the competition are still using things like carbon fiber, whereas we've tried very, very hard to keep this sustainable and keep it under a kg as well. Okay. Cool. So I mentioned I would touch on 1 HP. Now, this is 1 HP, all right? This is the part where everything we do stops being individual or separate products and starts becoming a full connected experience, all right? First up, the AI PC, or the brains of the operation. Okay, these are the devices that are going to turn your days from unproductive to extremely productive. Next up, Wolf Security, or the bodyguard of the operation. This is the part that keeps all our customers safe from all the fun things the internet's going to throw at them, right? From hardware protection to software protection, we can do it all. Which brings us to Polly, which is we call it the voice, the face, the charisma. Polly makes it sound like we're all in the same meeting room, regardless of where you are, right? So even if you are in your car outside Pack and Save with a Polly headset, you are still going to sound great, okay? Print, which is sort of our unsung hero, because no matter how digital the world gets, somebody's still going to say, hey mate, can you please print that for me? And HP is still the gold standard for that particular moment. All right, and finally, WXP, or the Workforce Experience Platform. This is where it all comes together: the deployment, the management, the support, the whole end-to-end experience that's going to make IT teams' lives a lot easier, and yeah, make you guys a lot happier as well. So when we say 1 HP, this is what we mean, okay? We mean one ecosystem, one story, one vendor, and a whole lot of opportunity to improve your device strategy. Cool, that is my update there. Again, thank you guys all so much for coming out to see us today. Were there any questions? Yes.
When are we going to start seeing SureView and monitors in New Zealand?
Yeah, we currently don't have any SureView monitors. I believe we had one in the past. It wasn't a great seller. So I don't know the answer to that. I don't think there's anything on our roadmap. But if anything changes, we will definitely let you guys know. Is that something that you would potentially?
Yes, we're just tightening privacy filters over people's screens.
Yeah, not the best solution, is it? But no, currently we don't have anything in the roadmap. I quite like, that idea, but no, not anytime soon. Cool.